and it can't get itself organised.
Honourable Annette King.
Mr Speaker, so we've learnt today that there is a report back date from the Select Committee in 2 months' time. Needs to be back before August. Understand that, and you've heard from my colleague that we will support that. But we do have to point out that the gestation of this bill has taken longer than the pregnancy of an elephant, because it was in July 2007 that the Law Commission was asked by the previous Labor government to look at the misuse of drugs, particularly on this issue. We know that in February 2010 they had submissions on such a measure, and that their final report came out in May 2011, almost 2 years ago, and then the government responded in September 2011, and finally we got a bill in February 2013. I believe that the Minister in charge of this bill would have wanted this progressed much faster than it has been. I know Peter Dunn, and I know that he would have been pushing to have this bill brought forward at a much faster pace than it has been. And he has not had the opportunity to bring forward a bill that the members of the government, the National Party, are saying is so urgent, that they really support it, that it's needed in our community. Peter Dunn has had his bill blocked because they had other measures they believe more important. Well, I think this bill should have been ahead of a lot of other bills. It should have had the priority that the Minister in charge of it wanted for this bill. But he has been thwarted, and he has had to wait in line while other ministers dabbled around with their legislation. So when we hear members opposite saying this is a very urgent measure, I believe they are crocodile tears, because this bill should have been debated a lot earlier. February it was introduced. Now we are waiting, and we're going to have to do it in a fast and truncated manner. We do need time at the Select Committee to look at all the issues. And Minister, I did raise an issue around the manufacture overseas of these drugs and how the authority is going to be able to audit those places of manufacture which are outside New Zealand. These are some of the measures that are going to need to be looked at. We need the time to go into it. I know the Select Committee will try to do its very best. But the government actually should be ashamed of themselves, because you can't tell the public of New Zealand you really care about this issue. You're really worried about the substances that young people in particular are taking that are not regulated. There's no idea of the dosage. They don't know what is in the substances. They have no age restrictions on them, no restrictions on where they are sold, that you're really worried about that, and then delay this bill for so long. Well, I say to Minister Dunn, congratulations, Minister, for bringing forward a piece of legislation that is going to address the issue. And I think ensuring that we have safe products on our shelf is what New Zealanders would want, as safe with low risk as possible. But, Minister, you have been thwarted by your coalition partner in getting this bill to this House and passed. 2 months, I hope we can do it justice, and we certainly want the public to have their say on this bill. There will be many views on it, and I hope we come back to this House with an improved bill. But Jerry Brownlee and the management of this House is getting worse by the day. Worse by the day. You can't say something that's a priority and then delay it and put other bills before it. It's either urgent and a priority, or it's not. So don't give us the crocodile tears, give us the action. And so we will do our best, we will support it. But I have to say, Mr Speaker, this is very poor management of an urgently needed bill.
Mr Speaker.
Chris Farfoy.
Mr Speaker, I guess it's best summed up. What I'm going to say is that it didn't have to be